What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Music Maniacs with Sight After Dark, the podcast where we talk about music and we just happen to be maniacs about it. So this is an exciting time because we've been working on a live album and it's pretty much finally done. And that's been like a really interesting thing because I feel like live albums, the art of the live album, if you will, is not so much a thing anymore.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like we do a lot of reactions. We do album reactions on our Patreon and stuff. And sometimes we get live albums. And there's like a certain feel that you get listening to a live album that you just don't get on a recording. There's just that certain live energy that you can't really replicate, which I feel like is why we wanted to make a live album in the first place, right?
Yeah.
And it's cool, like, going back and, like, doing the mix and all this stuff, like, being able to, like, listen to songs that we already have recordings of, but then being able to do it in a completely new way and just, like, with a new energy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that's just a really interesting thing. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's just so interesting because it's like, why is it that much different? I guess because it's actually happening in real time. Like, in a recording studio, you're usually recording different things at different times, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you have time. Recording studio can be like a crutch in a way. Because if I didn't sing something right, I can pause and say, well, I don't like that. I'm going to change it. But at live, I mean, it came out and it's there.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
We like it or not. And that was one thing that drove me crazy about mixing the album is every time I made a mistake, it might not have been a mistake that anybody else might have noticed, but I noticed it, and I had to listen to it 1,000 times because I'm mixing this album, and it's like, well, it's just recorded, and it's and that's it, and it's always going to be like that.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I think that's part of the fun of it is the mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not supposed to be perfect.
Right. It's not.
But also, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, I like that about it. And maybe people aren't doing that many live albums because a lot of people are doing documentaries, rock docs on themselves. Like even people that have been out just like a year, they're like, oh, let me make a documentary. I think we need to make one. I'm just kidding, but...
What would our documentary... First of all, what would it be called? And then what would we do in it?
The Wave in a Day.
Wave? Ooh, Day Wave?
Day Wavers, I don't know.
Waves of the Day.
And then we can have really pretentious black and white segments, right? Where you're just interviewing me in black and white. I'm in my shades. It's early in the morning, so I got a coffee, maybe a scarf, and I'm just like, it's so hard at night sometimes, you know, when all the lights go out and I'm alone.
And then I just don't know what to do with myself. I don't know how to express my art any further. Something like that. And in this coffee that you're drinking, is there anything else in that coffee?
No, not in the AM.
Not in the AM.
For if we wanted to make it pretentious, I could throw some Baileys in there.
Is there a cigarette in your other hand?
There's a cigarette, yes.
Is it in a cigarette holder?
Why not?
Right? Because that's how you know it's good. That's how you know that you're a fancy person.
If
you have a cigarette holder, then you look like Cruella de Vil.
I tried. Probably even force a little bit of a transatlantic accent.
And then you murder 90 puppies. Or whatever it is, 101. Damn it, I didn't even do the joke right.
Listen, sometimes, speaking of Cruella de Vil, right? And again, there's a fan right underneath me, guys, so my eyes and my nose will tear. Eyes and my ears. I was gonna say nose hairs. Anyway, yeah, speaking of Cruella de Vil, okay. What you think in your mind is not what is in reality. And I remember when I started out...
About, like, in general, or just about Cruella de Vil?
About Cruella de Vil. I'm setting up the story. Okay,
my bad. Go for it.
At one point, it was like the early 2000s. And you remember early 2000s fashion? It was kind of out there, you know. And I think it was a remake of 101 Dalmatians that was coming out around that time. So I saw Glenn Close's hair, and I was like, I might want to do that one day. I might want to do half black, half white. I had really long dreads, natural dreads, and I used to curl them, and they used to be like really wavy and curly. And I was like, I'm just going to do like a streak, right?
Just what, like one dread?
Yeah, one or a couple. Like a couple. It's going to look like a streak. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do that.
Hell yeah.
Black, white. And then I actually saw it on somebody. I actually saw a female rapper. She had like white bangs, and then the rest of it was black. And I looked at her and I was like, that is the tackiest thing I've ever seen.
Where she messed up is doing the bangs, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's cooler, something like that is cooler if it's asymmetrical, I feel like.
I agree too.
Right? Like if you just have one on this side, like that's way cooler than just having the whole middle. Then you just look like you were trying to do your whole hair and then you just like got distracted in the middle. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, yeah. That was a big deterrent for me though. I was like, I'm never gonna do that to my hair.
Yeah. That's funny though when you said like this is a way to show you that how things are in your mind is not how things are in reality. And I thought you were about to go like really deep with it, like your perception is your reality type shit. And you're like, no, let me tell you about this dyed hair that I saw once. But I do know what you're saying.
It's totally surface level. Okay.
Especially with like just like fashion things. I feel like sometimes even in my head I'd be like I'll see like a shirt or something, I'll be like, yo, like I would look sick in that shirt. And then you put it on, you're like, I look like a f***ing idiot. Or like a douchebag or whatever. Like, it just happens like that.
Yeah, it does. It totally does. I don't know how we veered off of that into the Dalmatians.
Because we were talking, I remember, we were talking about the live album, we were talking about doing a documentary, we were talking about you drinking your daily Irish coffee as you do, right? Mm-hmm, and your daily cigarette with the cigarette holder as you typically do, right?
This isn't coffee. This is just a Tupperware full of ketchup packets and stuff.
Well, that's just as good.
Yeah, that's how we got
it. Is there Baileys? Is there whiskey in it?
No. This is like the goodness of all the fast food restaurants that overload you with condiments. And I'm just like, I'm going to just keep them here. Why not? Just save them just in case I want to play school lunch. You know?
Well, you never know when you're going to need extra.
Yeah, you know, I'll make myself some French fries or something like that, and I'm just like, ooh, I got ketchup.
That's why the best thing about Chipotle is not the food. It's the utensils. I don't know about you. I remember in college, I would go to Chipotle and I would just grab like 20 forks because like I didn't have any silverware. I don't know if that's just me. Also, when I first moved here, and I think you remember this, my first apartment, the one on Grant Street.
Yeah.
I didn't have any furniture.
Right.
And I had one fork, one plate, one spoon, and one bowl.
That's all one needs.
And that's all you really need.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to wash them.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about the dishes in the sink. You know what I mean? Think about it.
Heck yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah. And then part of the documentary, the live album documentary, this is all mythical, guys. This is a mythical documentary that's not happening, but is happening in our minds and in our imagination right now. In the documentary, we get to talk about Dan's apartments or the studios that we had.
The multiple studios, yeah.
Exactly, yes.
I feel like we were just talking about this not too long ago on a podcast. So what is this, like the 5th studio? If we include your basement, it's even more.
Yeah, and I can't wait to show the. I'm going to go downstairs and videotape. I haven't been down there in like weeks. Yeah. To see what they've been doing. I did the first video. I'm going to do a second video, and then I'll do the last video.
Nice.
But they're redoing our studio in East Flatbush, guys.
Our studio needs a little bit of renovation, so we're going to take care of that, and then we're going to record, and it's going to be great. Yeah, that's fuck. Okay, so there have been so many apartments and so many places that we've recorded at. Mm-hmm. It's actually kind of crazy when you think about it, because I still feel like I haven't lived here that long.
Yeah.
But I've been here like 8 years now, 7 or 8 years.
That's crazy.
I moved in 2018. Mm-hmm. Okay, so 7 years. I mean, it's almost 2026.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, because you can easily say almost 10.
Well, if we're just going to keep rounding up, I've been here 25 years. I've been here almost my whole life, guys. Almost 50 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But going back to the concept of live albums, let's dissect the concept of live albums and I think why they're not done anymore. Because we were talking about like some bigger artists do like documentaries, but even like the biggest artists, like I feel like country music would do really well for like live albums, but they still don't really do that. Even like we saw Tedeschi Trucks Band not too long ago. Have they put out like a live album? Like I don't know. They should.
No. Next live album we should probably do it on a nice location. Like you see how Johnny Cash went to prison? Well, not went to prison, performed in prison.
Well, he did go to prison.
Go to prison. Yes.
He wasn't sentenced.
He went to jail.
He did go to jail, but not prison.
Not prison. Yeah.
But he did go to jail.
Right.
And he did go to prison.
Right.
But he wasn't forced to go to prison.
Correct.
And that just so we get this all, just so we're all on the same page, guys.
Yeah, like if I were in the time when that album came out, I would run to the record store for that. Johnny Cash live at blah 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 prison.
Yeah, because that's like an event. That's like an event.
Mm-hmm.
You know what could be cool, and this is just something I just thought of right now, is if we like bust on the street, like in Times Square, and then recorded that as a live album. I don't know how we would even pull that off, but then it could be like Side After Dark live in Times Square.
Yeah, we could probably do different spots. You know, one day do 2 songs, the other day do a couple of songs, so it's all like a live thing. Or hear me out, Side After Dark live from the Titanic ruins.
And how do you suggest we make that a possibility?
Scuba
Do
gear.
we dive? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think guitar strings work better or worse underwater?
Ooh, better, because the Sonics.
Yeah, definitely better, for sure. You know what else could be funny? If we did that on the sidewalk in front of MSG, and we said Side After Dark live at MSG, live at Madison Square Garden, that would actually be hilarious.
That would be excellent. Some rappers have done that. I'm not going to mention any. There was a rapper a couple of years ago. She said she sold out MSG. She was super excited. When in fact, she sold out the small theater located inside MSG.
I mean, technically, that's not a lie, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's a very lawyery way to go about it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, technically, if we were, like, on the grounds at not Times Square, at Madison Square Garden, we could say that we played at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
We couldn't say that we played in Madison Square Garden.
Correct.
But we could say...
That would be part of our new wave, you know, just entering into a little bit of funniness.
Honestly, that would be really funny if we just tried to do, like, a series of busking at, like, really famous New York City places until we got kicked out.
Yeah.
That could actually be kind of funny.
I'm down to do it.
Nobody steal our idea.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to do it.
What would it be? We would do like Times Square. We would do Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall, maybe.
Carnegie.
Could we do Carnegie? Could we do the Statue of Liberty? That would be kind of hard. We have to take the ferry.
And we have to go over. It would be a day event. Ugh, so annoying. I haven't been over there since 9th grade.
Yeah, same. Well, I think I went when I was in like 8th grade to visit once. But
yeah,
speaking of Carnegie Hall, did I tell you I went there for the first time this weekend?
Did you practice to get there, or did you just get there?
You know, my mom used to say that to me all the time. When I first played trumpet when I was in 3rd grade before I played guitar. And she used to say that to me all the time. And I was in Florida. I was like, what the hell is Carnegie Hall? And she's like, it's like a famous place in New York. I'm like, okay, whatever. And now I go to work and it's literally a block from my office every day.
Right around.
But actually, let me tell you. Can I tell you?
Lincoln Center.
Oh, Lincoln Center, yeah.
Right in the little courtyard right there. Lots of people stand right there.
We could stand there.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 legs.
Center.
You got 2 legs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Rock Center in front of the ice skating rink would be sick. What if we tried to do it on ice skates? On the ice skating rink. I would definitely fall. I'm not a good skater.
I haven't skated in a very long time, more than a decade, so I would definitely fall. You always fall when you get back on the ice.
I mean, that's more recently than me. I think I've gone skating once in my life.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm from Florida, guys. It's not really a big thing there for some reason. But let me tell you about, so I was away this weekend. I don't even think I really told you everything that was going on this weekend. It was ridiculous.
No, I haven't seen you.
Our schedule was, so my good friend from college was getting married in Miami. So we went down there for that. And then flew back a 7 a.m. flight in the morning to come back here to go to another wedding here.
Wow.
And then my friend offered me a ticket to go to a show at Carnegie Hall.
Get out of here.
So I went. I don't think you know her. But,
No.
Oh, who was the show? Who gave me the ticket? Why didn't they give me one? So it was... Okay, how do I explain this? So my friend, the one that gave me the ticket, works at Marvel.
Okay.
and the show was like basically a highlight reel of all the Marvel movies set to a live orchestra.
Wow.
And like the head of like Marvel Studios, like the CEO or whatever, like had a speech to like introduce it. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And the music is great. I mean, I always love, I told you we go to those Lord of the Rings things where they do like the soundtrack with the live orchestra. It was like that but with Marvel.
Okay. What movies? All of them? Wow.
No, that's what I'm saying. And I was like, I honestly, at first, I was like, I don't know if I want to go because I haven't seen a Marvel movie since the OG Avengers, the original Avengers, like more than 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And there's been like 50 of them. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to be so lost if I just go watch one of these random Marvel movies. But what it was is basically like, how like an old sitcoms, they would basically do like, they would do clip shows. Mm-hmm. It was basically that, doing like clips of all of the stories for all of the origins of all of the characters leading up to where they currently are in the MCU.
Okay.
So I actually know way more about the MCU now than I did then.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love, what was your favorite music?
The Avengers theme, for sure. The Avengers theme is iconic. I kind of forgot how good that was.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. It was really cool. And then, no, it was just cool. Like, literally, the CEO of Marvel Studios was there and introduced the orchestra. And he, like, did a whole speech and everything. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
But I was running on, like, 3 hours of sleep. I mean, it was, honestly, like, it's kind of crazy. I can't believe we did all that this weekend.
Yeah.
Whatever. Here we are. Yeah. And the greatest thing is that they recorded it and they put it out as a live album.
Oh, I was like, what?
Can you believe that?
Available in the gift shop.
But I don't know. Talking about just generally the subject of live albums, like, I think, why don't people do it anymore? Is it because, like, I feel like the performance has gotten less valuable in a way because there's so much on the internet now. Like, I can always just go on the internet and see a live version of whatever song I want.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, it's like, if you wanted to hear somebody live, like, you'd have to go, or you're not going to hear it, period. Yeah. So, like, if you live in a place where, now I think we should think of, we should do it, this is probably a future podcast, best live albums.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm thinking of, like, like, imagine, like, the one that comes to mind is, like, The Song Remains the Same. Like Led Zeppelin live at Madison Square Garden, right? Mm-hmm. So, obviously, if you're around here, this area, the New York City area, you could have gone and saw them.
Right.
But if you live in, like, I don't know, somewhere they weren't going, like, if you live in freaking, like, Libya or something, and Zeppelin's not playing there, it's like, how would you ever hear them live? You can't go on the internet.
Right.
Maybe you could find the record of it somewhere. So I feel like that might be why it was a bigger deal then, or like why it was done more often,
Yeah, and you would see signs in the crowd of people from far away. We came from blah, 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 like, flew all the way to see these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would still love to do another live album. With definitely some visuals.
Let's get this one out first. Let's go one at a time. And we will be updating. We don't have a specific release date, but you guys will know. If you follow us, it's going to be everywhere once we get all the plan, the release plan out. But I'm really excited to share with you guys. Because I know a lot of the people, this actually all just came back together. I know a lot of the people that know us from like YouTube, like podcasts or reaction videos or whatever, have not gotten a chance to see us live.
Right.
So I think this kind of might be able to bridge that gap a little bit, Yeah, would you look at that? Everything makes sense,
Yeah. Man, oh man. Yeah, right now in my mind I can't even think of about a bunch of live albums that I like from other artists, but I know there are a good amount of them.
One of the best...
somewhere.
Oh, sorry.
That are somewhere in my registry.
One in the registry? The good old brain registry. Mm-hmm. One that actually comes to mind is Chicago at Carnegie Hall.
Okay.
Which I now appreciate more. Also, the acoustics at Carnegie Hall were great.
You and me are in the same wave. I was just about to say that. Remember, I went to a benefit concert specifically just to see Jackson Browne perform, but there were a whole bunch of people that performed as well. And I was in the nosebleeds. Mm-hmm. And all I did, they don't allow you to record the whole performance. You can take little pictures from time to time. So I decided to record the audio. And all I did was press record, and I just had my phone next to me like this. I didn't have to lean forward or anything.
And it sounds like it was there, right?
It sounded like he was right next to me.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think thinking about it, like, I'll see if I can find a picture to like splice into the podcast, but it's not like a bowl. It's not built out, it's built up, right?
It's a vessel.
Because there's like 5 balconies.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you have the ground level and then it just goes up. So I feel like you're, even at the highest balcony, you're not really that far from the stage.
I feel you. Okay.
You know what I mean? I think maybe that's what it is. But also when you build something up like that, it keeps the sound waves here. And they don't disperse as much.
Oh, that just gave me another idea.
Ooh, I like ideas.
It's creative. I don't know if I should put it out on this podcast. I'll tell you when we're done recording. I'm sorry, guys.
You guys aren't ready for that.
Exactly. It'll definitely come out, though. You'll know about it when you see it.
Will you? It could be anything.
Right.
Guys, the next thing that you see us do is the thing that Sifa just thought of. Or maybe it's not.
Here it is. Here's the idea. I forgot to put on earrings.
Same.
I'm just kidding. No, but maybe I'll mention it on a podcast. Like, oh, that was the thing I was talking about way back.
Okay, I like that. That's a little teaser, guys. That means you got to keep subscribing. You got to keep listening to the podcast, or else you're never gonna know. But you should probably write it down before you forget, though, because we are in the middle of a podcast. I could definitely imagine us totally forgetting, and it would be funny if you went back and listened to the podcast later, and you were like, "What was that thing I was gonna do?"
Notes, studio notes. Yeah, so I'm super excited. We put that album out. Well, we did the live performance in April, which was my birthday month. Yeah, super excited. And now we're going to put it out later on this year, which is not going to be my birthday month.
Me neither.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
I know, right? That's insane. Who could have ever guessed something like that?
But, yeah, I'm super excited for that. But what other projects? Well, we have our music that we're working on. We're coming at you. Yeah, that live music. I'm laughing because it is
music. Yeah, it's still music. Don't worry, guys. It's still music. We're not doing stand-up comedy on this live album. Maybe next time if you stick around.
Yeah. We're coming back with a kind of on a new wave. It's like a new era for Sight After Dark next year. I think it's going to be carefully crafted.
Curated, as some say.
We're not even going to say things that aren't scripted. Ever.
Wait, say again?
I said we're not even going to say things that aren't scripted.
So
ever.
We're only saying scripted things.
Only, that's it.
Can I blow your mind right now?
What?
Everything that I've said so far on this podcast has been scripted. I'm not going to show you the script because that would ruin the magic, you know? But every single word, even the words that I'm saying right now, were all written down beforehand. So, think about that. Oh, look what I have right next to me, actually. Carnegie Hall Playbill.
There you go.
That's funny. I literally didn't even notice that it was right in front of my face this entire time.
Yeah. I like it there. The ambiance. It's very nice theater.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Like, I feel like we should just dissect the live album, because I think the whole concept of the live album is so interesting, because for most of human history you could only ever hear music live.
Yeah.
But now people don't even do album recording, like live recordings anymore. You know what I mean? Like, think about how crazy that is.
Yeah.
Like, there was really only obviously, so if we could say all of human history before recording technology is this was all you had to go see it live. Then there was this little time period where people did live albums. And then now it just isn't really a thing anymore.
Yeah, which is wild. Yeah, people got to come out to see you. You got to do something really, really dynamic for people to really keep coming out to see you.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to hear from you guys what your favorite live albums are, or what you like about the, I guess, the live experience. The live album experience, like, because I've never been. Have you guys ever been to like a live album taping? Because I'm imagining, like, is the energy just different? Because the only live album taping I've ever been to was our live album. So it's not really the same as being an audience member. You know what I mean? So I'm curious, like, if anyone's been to a show where they're like, guys, we're recording this. It's going to be a live album. Like, does it feel more electric? Does it feel like a bigger deal? Or it's just a show? You know?
I don't know. I feel like if I went to a show and if I actually, even if I didn't get on camera, if I went to a live show, I would feel like I was part of music history. I love
knowing
seeing,
you were there, yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing concert footage, and I love when people in the comments are like, I was at that show. You know, I watch of course, Eagles, right? Take It Easy. That's my favorite live video. I actually like the Eagles.
Good for you. Hey, to each their own, you know.
So there's Take It Easy was probably the most live song at that concert in Maryland. There's a girl sitting on her boyfriend's shoulders, and she's like moving, and when she starts moving, Glenn is like, well, shake it, woman, shake it easy. Like, that's in history for like ever, you know. She's probably a great grandmother or has passed away, you know, you don't even know, you know, but you know, she's like there forever. Right. Nobody knows her name. She's not famous, but there's like moments like that I love to see in concerts.
That's very true, especially for concert films.
Yeah.
Because if it's just the album, that's true.
Sound. Like Jackson Browne for Running on Empty. I've said this before. When Running on Empty starts on your playlist, listen to it on Amazon. It's quiet, and you can hear them coming on stage, and they're waiting. The audience is waiting, and some girl yells out, "When will it start?" Like, you know, and now she's in history forever.
There forever. There is, you know, it's funny. I was thinking about that when I was saying, like, I was going through and like mixing it and like hearing all these things back. There are things that people did say during the recording of our album that made me laugh.
Yeah.
Like, one, I'm not going to say who it is, but I think you would recognize the voice. We were saying, like, oh, we're coming to the end of the set, but thanks for coming to the live album taping. And he's like, make it a double album. And I'm like, damn, that's hilarious. And I was thinking, I'm like, damn, so now him, whenever he listens to this after we put it out, he's going to be able to hear himself and know it's him.
That's fantastic. I like that.
Yeah, I guess it feels more of a connection to the fans too. Mm-hmm. Because if you're just in the studio, you could be in the studio for a year and not interact with a single person that even cares about your music besides you. Or like the person that you're working with, you know what I mean? Yeah.
What about the Doors? What about the Doors concert where Jim gets arrested and he's like, Adolf Hitler is alive and living in San Diego? People start booing. He's like, what are you going to do about it?
You're all a bunch of slaves.
You know? Imagine being like, I was at that show. Imagine. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Well, I always think of, not to bring the same one up again, but song remains the same. There's this one... At one point in the video, there's this girl that looks like so mesmerized, right? And she's just looking at them like, and it's funny because the way when you first see it, you think, oh, like she probably just like entranced by these beautiful men, right? Oh. And then they pan out a little bit, and there's a man next to her with the exact same expression, just like. I'm like, I don't think it has anything to do with what they look like. I think this is the music. This is just the music just entrancing these people. You know what I mean? But at first glance, you might not really think about it that way. You're just like, oh yeah, there's this girl looking up at all these guys, and then you zoom out. It's like, no, this is everybody. Like, this is just what Led Zeppelin does to you. You know?
Yeah.
That's funny. I feel like I want to look up more live albums now.
Yeah, me too. We got to research for our podcast.
Well, for the podcast, but then also just in general. Like, now I feel like I have more of a respect for the whole idea. Mm-hmm. You know, after even doing this, but obviously making and putting it out and recording and everything. Yeah. But it's just like, it's such an interesting thing because it's like it does feel like a dying art form. You know, I just don't hear of it happening very often.
Yeah, and some concerts are iconic. Diana Ross in Central Park is an iconic concert that I remember when I was little because it rained that day, I guess, and you see in the footage, and she just kept going. Like, the rain ignited the crowd. Like, it was like a catalyst for better music or something. So, yeah, moments like that, you know, where things don't matter. You know, if you were in the park hanging out and it started to rain, you'd be like, oh, shit, man, like, let's go home, like, day's ruined or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you're at a concert in Central Park in the summer and it starts to rain. That's, like... exciting.
Well, first of all, you're not leaving. And then second, I feel like it does change the energy because then there's like a sense of community with everybody, including the artist, because it's like, oh, this kind of sucks, but we're all in this together. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's beautiful.
Well said.
Well, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thanks for tuning in to Music Maniacs with Side After Dark. We're Side After Dark. We're Music Maniacs. And we'll see you next time.